AITA for not giving my stepsister a family heirloom. My, F20, stepsister Abby, F20, has moved out since our grandma gave me her diamond necklace. My mother married Abby's dad. My stepfather's parents both passed not too long after they got married. Abby has always hated going over to my grandparents, and she's not always nice to them. She has no desire for them to have any type of a relationship. Abby and I were super close growing up. But something changed after high school. I left for college and she stayed home, then dropped out of community college to pursue another opportunity, but it fell through. When I came home for Thanksgiving break, I could tell things were off between us. She'd blow me off and wouldn't talk to me. Then the same thing happened over Christmas break. I've sent texts and calls all read but none responded to. I then reached out to my mom to see if she knew anything, and she said she figured it was jealousy, so I gave her space. Her birthday is right around the first of the year. So that day I sent her flowers, ordered her food on DoorDash, and sent her a corny text message. I didn't do any of it for her to praise me, but I did expect a text back. But I got nothing. Fast forward 3 weeks to my birthday, I flew home so my family and I could have dinner together. Abby opted not to come. At dinner my grandma's gave me a diamond necklace that was a family heirloom. She wore this necklace every day and had promised me since I was a little girl that one day it would be mine. Abby was in the living room when we all walked in from dinner. Immediately she saw I had the necklace on. This is when all hell broke loose. She jumped up from the couch and got about 3 inches from my face screaming that I knew she loved that necklace. And that she had begged for it to be left to her. So I snapped back and said it was a family heirloom and that it has always been mine. She then said I implied she wasn't family and how I was a self-centered bitch. I told her she didn't want to start with me. And she said since the necklace is supposed to be given to the first granddaughter we should sell it and split the money so it's fair. At this point I had enough, and I told her no and that she just wanted the necklace for the money and she didn't care or couldn't begin to appreciate the history behind the necklace. And that she didn't even love my grandparents, and that they were just money signs to her. Abby then stormed upstairs, packed a bag and left. She's now not returning anyone's calls and says she will come home after I agree to split it with her or give her the necklace. My mom and stepfather think I took it too far and that I was a jerk. And I should just split the necklace with her to end this nonsense. I refuse, so am I the asshole? She is your stepsister with no blood ties to grandma. She doesn't like them and treats them unkindly. She does not deserve any part of the necklace. It is yours, wear it with love. My advice to you would be to get a safety deposit box at a bank and put your necklace in there, or one day you are going to discover it's missing along with your stepsister. 100% this, up. If she's already causing this much drama over the necklace, you need to do whatever it takes to protect it. Do not give in to her BS, either. Your grandma wanted you to have it and that's a huge honor. Don't squander it by doing something against her intent. How would splitting it even work when you guys won't always live together? Do you really think she would even give it back for your turns, or would she mysteriously misplace it? AITA for embarrassing my SIL after she expected me to pay her and her friend's bill? So I, 25F, went out for dinner for my SIL's, 28F, bachelorette party this past weekend. Between my SIL and my husband, 26M, SIL has always been the golden child of the family. Growing up, my in-laws coddled her and gave her everything that she wanted, while my husband always got the shitty end of the stick. She was always the popular girl in school, cheerleader, lots of friends, all the boys loved her. While my husband was always a little more nerdy and got picked on quite a bit, even my in-laws would give him a hard time about this and say he needed to be more like his sister. While fast forward to today, both my husband and I went to top schools, got our degrees and currently have very well paying jobs in tech. I'm not trying to sound braggy, this is just for context, but we live a very, very comfortable life. SIL still currently lives at home with my in-laws where they foot all of her bills. She had my niece, 4F, with her ex and is currently on marriage number 2. This past weekend I was invited to this fancy upscale restaurant in my city for my SIL's bachelorette party. She just wanted to do a nice dinner. There were 8 of us in total. At the end of dinner the bill comes out and the waiter hands it to me. I'm sitting there confused for a second until SIL speaks up and is all my parents and I were talking and we're thinking you and my brother can handle the bill for this, as a wedding gift, since you're not financially contributing to my wedding. I stared at her shocked for a moment and was like, and you didn't think to bring this up to me beforehand? She started going off about how we're so well off, so what's the big deal, and she's sure her brother wouldn't have an issue with it. I asked her why her fiancé doesn't foot the bill, or my in-laws, and where in her right mind she thinks it's okay to spring this on me. She started going on about how we're the wealthiest in both her and her fiancé's family and that she didn't think I would act like this and would say yes. I told her, well, sorry, but I'm not your parents, don't expect handouts from me. She called me selfish and I called her an entitled brat, paid for my half of the bill and left. Well, as expected, my SIL, and even some of the cousins and aunts on my husband's side have been absolutely furious with me and are expecting me to apologize for the comments. I told them over my dead body. Husband is 100% on my side, and we are debating on not going to the wedding. I was talking to my mom and she thinks I took it too far with the comments, and should just apologize to keep the peace. AITA. Info. The bill was close to $1,000 USD. NTA. Don't apologize. No matter how much money you make, you are not expected to 1. Contribute to your SIL's wedding, WTF. 2. Foot the bill for an entire bachelorette party that you were attending as a guest. 3. De-escalate her temper tantrum once she didn't get her way. The burden of payment for a bachelorette party usually falls on the maid of honor and bridesmaids, and arranged for ahead of time, or the bride. Edit. And a far more common occurrence is that everyone pays their own way but chips in for the bride so that she is taken care of, but again, that's settled way ahead of time. Probably the only reason she was invited was her pocketbook.